Jai Sriman Narayana.
Jai Sriman Narayana.
Jai Sriman Narayana.
Jai Sriman Narayana. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayana. I pay my obeisances and I welcome Lord Sri Krishna and Radharani, all the gopis and the devis and devtas that took part in the Krishna Leela. They are all here. You must feel the essence of Lord Sri Krishna and his Leela in this satsang and on these premises. We have Lakshmi and Saraswati, our Gomatas, whom Lord Sri Krishna will play and enjoy with. You need to experience all these realities for the Sri Narayan Dham is not a program. It is a spiritual reality. It is a spiritual reality to take you to your spiritual destination. And the Guru is that pathway to that destination. So in this week, you must experience the atmosphere of Mathura and Vrindavan. Vanita Beni, I'm sure you are experiencing Mathura and Vrindavan. Yeah, in Reservoir Hills. Yes. I want to welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham to the third day of the Krishna Janmashtami celebrations and Gita week. I want to welcome those of you that are watching this live feed locally, nationally and internationally. And I want to welcome those that are going to be watching this discourse and various parts of this program in the various groups when it is subsequently posted therein. In this week, I promised to give you evidence that Lord Sri Krishna Himself expound the Vishishtadvaita philosophy and that He is a Sri Vaishnavite. Lord Sri Krishna expounds the Vishishtadvaita philosophy and that He is a Sri Vaishnavite. So I'm going to read a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 10, the Srimad Bhagavatam of Swami Srila Prabhupada, wherein I'm going to establish this truth. And what is Vishishtadvaita? What is the meaning of Vishishtadvaita? God is one complex whole. Our teachings here from the Sri Narayan Dham in terms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is that God is one complex whole. W-H-O-L-E. And this is the Sri Ramanuj Sampradaya's eternal philosophy. Eternal philosophy. So Lord Sri Krishna was a well-disciplined little child, and he did no wrong. Devashni, Lord Sri Krishna was a well-disciplined child, and he did no wrong, and he made no naughty because he was God. Is that true? No, Devashni. Like you, he made a lot of naughty. Okay? Devashni, like you, he made a lot of naughty. And like children do, he ate mud. And I heard that your father also ate mud as a little child. Devashni, unfortunately, he's on his way to Joburg now. He cannot relish this equation where I'm equating him as a baby. But anyway, we call him Blue Krishna. Don't we call him Blue Krishna, Rishi? Blue Krishna, alright? He's on his way to Joburg, alright? Because he had mud when he was a little boy. Okay? So, when one child does naughty, the brothers and other children, what do? They go and complain to the mother and become the CIA spies. So when they said that Lord Sri Krishna ate mud, like Devashni, Lord Sri Krishna spoke a lie. And Devashni, after this discourse, don't tell me you make all those wrongs because you're following God. Because Devashni is too sharp. She's already thinking how much more wrong she can do in her life. Alright? So Lord Sri Krishna lied and said, no, mom. Okay, you all heard last week Swamiji said, don't use the word mom. Ma. So Lord Sri Krishna said, no, ma. I did not eat mud. And Yasodha said, open your mouth. Let me see if you ate mud. And when he opened his mouth, what did he see? What did she see?
Whole universe.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Vanita Bhaini, I can't hear you.
The entire universe.
Aarti Bhaini, I can't hear you.
The entire universe.
And Sita Bhaini, who was doing a degree in spiritual science, I can't hear you.
Entire universe.
Okay. Vishishtadvaita philosophy is that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is one complex whole, material nature and his material nature and the infinite liberated and non-liberated souls form part of his body. Like you, material nature and souls form part of your body, does it not, Dana? Material nature and souls, does it form part of your body? You are the soul. Within your soul is seated Lord Narayan. Within your body is the 5 elements of material nature. Space. Where's Natasha? Natasha, body has space. A whole lot of space. Alright? Your body has air. Yes, it keeps you rigid and stable. Your body has heat. Yes, it has the fire element. Your body has water? Yes. And your body has earth. A combination of the preceding four forms, earth. So your body is made up of material nature, the five elements. In your body, in between your teeth, under your tongue, on your tongue, inside your stomach, under your fingernails, are living millions of souls. Are they not? Are they not? Are they? You carry millions of souls called germs. It's worrying you. Yes. So similarly, God has a body that carries all these universes. All these universes. Remember, the size of the soul is 1/10,000 the size of the tip of your hair. And if you, that size, can carry such a huge body with so many other souls in that body, then Lord Narayan, who is the super soul, immeasurable, inconceivable, then how much you think he can carry as his body? And this is the Vishishtadvaita philosophy of Lord Sri Ramanuj. And this is the absolute truth. This philosophy is unsurpassable and undebatable. What goes in debate? What do we debate? We debate that which we do not know the exact result of. Is it not? Then you put forth your truth and the other party put forth their truth, and an amalgamation of the truth will result in the debate being successful by one party or another. Now I am saying the Sri Ramanuj Vishishtadvaita philosophy is not debatable. Why is it not debatable?
It's absolute.
How do we know it's absolute truth?
Guru said so.
Guru is like this mic. This mic knows nothing. What does this mic know?
Nothing.
Strini, what does this mic know? Nothing. But when you switch it on, and when the Guru speaks, then this mic is relating that information to you. Similarly, the Guru is like a mic. When he sits on the Vyasasana here, he is the mic, and the Sampradaya speaks to the Guru. So let us verify why this Vishishtadvaita philosophy is not debatable. Because when Lord Sri Krishna opened his mouth, what did Mother Yasodha see? If you are born in Sanatan Dharma, and if you are following Sanatan Dharma, then can you dispute this verse? Let me read it to you. The Vedas are absolute. Why are they absolute?
It's the breath of Lord Narayan.
Because the Vedas is the very breathing of Lord Narayan. Vedas are not written by anyone. It is the breathing of Lord Sriman Narayana. It is compiled by an incarnation of Lord Sriman Narayana called Veda Vyas. Vyasa means compiler. Vyasa means compiler. So Lord Narayan breathes the Vedas, then he incarnates as the compiler and he compiles the Vedas. Then he incarnates as Lord Ram and Lord Sri Krishna and he enacts the Vedas. Everything is done by Lord Sriman Narayana himself, because a man is prone to mistakes and cheating. Mistakes and cheating. As long as you are in this human body, you will commit a mistake and you will cheat. So God made sure there is no cheating in his instructions. He breathed the instructions, then he compiled his own instructions, then he enacted his instructions. This enactment, are there any law students in this satsang? Okay, are there any criminals in this satsang? It is a very Satyagun satsang. No lawyers, because lawyers tell lies, and no criminals, because criminals are criminals. So this satsang is in Satyagun because we are in Mathura and Vrindavan when Lord Sri Krishna is here, and at the times we are in Vaikunth. Okay? So, in criminal law, when a judge gives a judgment, before giving the judgment, Arti assaulted Dalit Bhai. And this case went to court. Guru advised Dalit Bhai to open a charge, because when a wife assaults her husband, the assault case is still there.
Even your devotee.
Even my devotee. Alright? So, the case is on. Poor Dalit Bhai, blue eyes, stitches on his cheeks. And now it comes times to sentence. So the judge will sentence Arti as per the Criminal Procedures Act. And assault is a criminal offense and not a statutory offense. Then criminal law A will be used, and the judge, to make sure that he is balanced in his judgment, he will look for a precedent. What is a precedent?
Previous case.
Previous case. So he'll find out where another lady like Arti assaulted her husband, and we find the case of Kavita and Shalem. 20 years ago, Kavita gave Shalem a tight smack, and from that day onward, his hair stopped growing. And the judge gave her a salon to cut hair. Alright? So on this day, 20 years later, the judge must go in a decided case, which is a precedent in history, when the judge is now giving a judgment on Arti. So both these females are from Hisapingo and they both smack quite hard because both the husbands had blue eyes and stitches. Alright? So Arti will also be sentenced to open a salon. You understand? It's called a precedent. It is a historical truth. And this is why God takes his birth so that when the Guru sits in a satsang and he wants to tell his audience that Vishishtadvaita is the only bona fide philosophy in Sanatan Dharma, then he must give a precedent or a decided case. And where will the Guru find that decided case? In one of the
Scripture.
Leelas, where either Lord Ram incarnated or Lord Sri Krishna was the incarnation, and he must look in the scriptures called the Upanishads, because in the Upanishads, if you want to know who God is, you'll find God in the Upanishads. This is a Vedic injunction in Sanatan Dharma, and Sanatan Dharma is not Hinduism. Sanatan Dharma is for the entire universe. Sanatan Dharma is for the entire universe. Okay? So based on that precedent, when a Guru sits and make a declaration, the Guru is not like a Pandit. The Guru won't make you walk round and round trees, fast on 9 Saturdays. This is not the Guru's job. This is not the Guru's job. Guru's job is to stop you from fasting 9 Saturdays and to stop you from walking round trees. Why are you laughing? And Guru's job is to elevate you to a next level where you don't have to do these things. That is the job of a bona fide spiritual master. The job of a Pandit, when something happens in your life and you go to the Pandit and you say, open book. And the Pandit opens book. And he reads your date of birth in that book and he tells you as per astrology what your destiny is. That's all a Pandit can do. But a Guru can change your destiny. A Guru can change your destiny. And my advice to everyone present here, because this satsang is absolute, I would like you, those of you that want to, go and open a book tomorrow. Nadira, go and open a book tomorrow and see what the Pandit said. And go and open the same book 1 year later and see the difference in what he said, and after you follow a Guru diligently, what happens to you. Because to fix your GPS, you all know what GPS stands for? What? Guru, God, positioning, system. Only Guru can change that system. Okay? So, when you come to a Guru satsang, then Guru will change your internal dynamics. And some people call it miracles. But from a Guru's perspective, nothing is a miracle. Because I explained yesterday that God gave you this body as you architected it in your previous life. Alright, and I want to explain. I want you to look at your body when it is a car. What car you'd like to be? Porsche. Okay, so you're a Porsche from your last life. Alright? Your merits gave you the body of a Porsche. This Porsche left hand indicator is not working. Left hand indicator is not working, and I don't know whether Paddy Bhai will concur, alright? You safe here, Paddy Bhai, because there's 33 million Devis and Devtas. There's Lord Sri Krishna, there's Lord Narayan. Nothing can happen to you, alright? This is the place of truth. But the Porsche also had a bust silencer. Paddy Bhai, only you'll know. In that 42 years of marriage, only you can verify whether this Porsche had a and was idling whole day, half night. Paddy Bhai. Alright? So, Mother Durga is the manufacturer of this body, and she manufactures it as per the instructions of Yamraj. So Yamraj sends the blueprint of your karma. Mother Durga will give you that body as per your blueprint. So some of you will have varying degrees of anger. Some of you will have varying degrees of hatred. Some of you will have varying degrees of pride, similarly envy, jealousy, greed and lust. These are the defects in the vehicle. These defects you went on your computer of your previous lifetime and computed through your actions in your previous lifetime the body you're going to get in this lifetime. This is not manufacturer's fault. You can't return it to the manufacturer because you designed this body by your actions. But the manufacturer, ultimate manufacturer is Lord Sriman Narayana. To remedy these defects, he gave you a manual called Bhagavad Gita. He gave you a manual called the Bhagavad Gita. And the Bhagavad Gita only has, Paddy, how many verses? 700. And how many verses Vanita Bheni sings the whole day? Very right. She speaks the Mahabharata every day, and that's 100,000 verses. Right? The Bhagavad Gita is only 700 verses. And when you comply to these 700 verses in the Bhagavad Gita, that silencer will be repaired first. That silencer will be repaired first. And when the silencer is repaired, other smaller minor faults will be repaired. Paddy Bhai. And Paddy Bhai will have peace after 42 years. Paddy Bhai is saying, Mama, I don't know Vanita Bheni how many years. Alright? 42 years Paddy Bhai? Yes. So the defects in you can be fixed up by simply following only 700 verses in the Bhagavad Gita. How many laws you face in your life daily? From the time you open your eyes, there's a law in your house, isn't it? An unwritten law. Who must go to the bathroom first? who must have a bath first, who must start the car, who must make the tea, who must leave first. Is there a law? How many laws there are? Straight away as soon as you get up. About 20. Who must use the iron first, who must use the lipstick first, who must use the powder first. Are these laws that you naturally conform to every day? Then there's a law when you start your car, isn't? You have to have your braking system in place, and then you ignite your engine. Then there's a law on how to release your car in motion, is it not? You have to release your brake, and then only the car will move. Then there's a law on how to drive on the road. If you turn in left, left indicator. If you turn in right, right indicator. And there's a speed. Then there's traffic signals guiding you from externally. When the robo is red, Sita, stop. And any one of you that want to lend me your car, please ask Sita how to lend the Guru the car. She's the only devotee or disciple that lent me a car with 3/4 tank of petrol. When I started the car, I was so comfortable, Guru had no stress. I could go anywhere, all right? So if any of you want to lend me your car, Nadira, ask Sita how to lend the Guru a car. And she thought by lending the Guru her car, she won't get wet. Same day she got wet. All right? Because Guru cannot be bribed. Guru cannot be bribed. So in your car itself, there's so much of rules. You have to put your seat belt on. You have to check water. You have to check oil. You have to check tire pressure. Then you have to go to work. And there's myriads of laws at work. And then you have to come home. Then you have to contend with husband. Then you have to contend with wife. Then you have to contend with children. And there's always laws you are using. Then what is 700 laws? What is 700 laws from the Bhagavad Gita compared to all the laws you use daily in your life? And the most relevant laws are these laws, because these are your manufacturer's laws. That entity that manufactured you together with your defect has also spoken these laws. This is the manual of the motor vehicle that is called your human life. And if you accede to this manual, then your motor vehicle will be tuned properly. To get your motor vehicle tuned, Stani, you have to take it for a diagnostic checkup. And the Guru is your diagnostic technician. Alright? So when he scans this motor vehicle, most of the time, Paddy, head bolts are loose. Majority of the time, head bolts are. Alright? So the Guru, as a dedicated technician, a dedicated human diagnostic technician, will slowly reveal your defects to you. And when you comply, then your life changes from a defective life to an effective life. From a defective life to an effective life. Alright? The only technician that has granted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to do a diagnostic on a human being is the Guru. Not the Pandit, not the temple priest, not the 33 million Devis and Devtas, only the Guru. And this is a Vedic injunction found in the Bhagavad Gita itself. And Lord Sri Krishna says, if you want to get repaired, go to the Guru's workshop. Do a diagnostic. When you come to this Guru's workshop, and when you are being repaired, don't run away halfway to another Guru's workshop. The instructions say, one Guru, one repair center, one workshop. Don't go and see whether the other Guru will charge you cheaper to repair you. Head bolt is gone, head bolt is gone. The Guru is a principle. All the diagnostic machines will tell you the same story if there is a loose head bolt in the engine. Srini? Yes. So if you run to different Gurus, you'll never get repaired. You must find a Guru that you are comfortable with. You must find a Guru that you like. And when you like this Guru, do not like the Guru's beard. Beard does not say that the Guru is great. Alright? The Guru wears a beard like a lawyer wears a gown and a magistrate wears a gown to differentiate between the disciples and himself. Alright? And that is why the Guru is dressed like this. Like in the material world, teachers will have to be dressed formally to differentiate between the teacher and the pupil. Guru is dressed like this. So don't go and look for don't like me for my beautiful shawl. Don't like me for my beautiful shawl, my beard, and my namu. Alright, matching namu. Like me for my information. Like a Guru for the information. When the Guru speaks, and in your mind there is an acknowledgement, yeah, I think I knew that, then that's your Guru. Then that's your Guru, because your Guru is conversing to your soul. And that acknowledgement comes from your soul, which says, yes, I knew this information. So coming back, I'm going to read this verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's Canto 10, Chapter 8, text 37 to 39. But it's one long text and I want you to listen. This is not a mythology, as I've stated yesterday, that when Lord Sri Krishna left this earth, he sank the city of Dwarika together with the Yadu dynasty. And 15 years ago, this sunken city was found with all its artifacts, dating more than 5,000 years. And this puts this verse as the absolute truth. When Krishna opened his mouth wide by the order of Mother Yasodha, she saw within his mouth all moving and non-moving entities, outer space and all directions, along with mountains, islands, oceans, the surface of the earth, the blowing wind, fire, the moon, and the stars. She saw the planetary systems, water, light, air, sky, and creation by transformation of our ahankara. She also saw the senses, the mind, sense perception, the three qualities, goodness, passion, and ignorance. She saw the time allotted for the living entities. She saw natural instincts and the reactions of karma. And she saw desires and different varieties of bodies, moving and non-moving. Seeing all these aspects of the cosmic manifestation along with herself and the Vrindavan Dhamma, she became doubtful and fearful of her son's nature. So this is the philosophy that I teach. The philosophy that I teach is called Vishishtadvaita, and Vishishtadvaita means that everything that exists within God. This is the philosophy that I teach, and this philosophy that I am teaching and is being taught by the Sri Sampradaya is confirmed by God Himself. Because if you find everything in the mouth of God, and if I say the philosophy I'm teaching, which is Vishishtadvaita, which means everything that exists in God, then my philosophy of Lord Sri Ramanuj and God is corroborating, then all other philosophies have to fall away. All other philosophy have to fall away. Can you have two truths? Truth is only one and it is absolute. Can you have a relative philosophy? If God is stating that everything that exists in me, if there is another philosophy, then what does that mean? Who you are opposing?
God.
You are opposing God. You are opposing God. So this system is absolute. There are gurus that went into the Western world and they confused the Western world, like what happens here in South Africa. You take one page from there, then you take another page from there, then you take another page from there, and then you make it your living. Isn't we in South Africa, we do this? We go to this temple, that temple, that temple, and that temple. Sita? We go to Mahakali, Bhadrakali, Durga Kali. Sita? Then we get confused. Then we go to Hanuman Baba, then we go to Lord Shiva, and we get confused because we take in out of context information and amalgamating it to suit us. Don't we do that? So on Mahashivratri we lie to Lord Shiva that you are supreme. I'll fast for you today. I'll take some bhang as well because I heard you take bhang, zol and milk. So on this day, I'll take zol and milk with you so that I can get goofed legally, and I'll stay awake the whole 24 hours. Please let me get the promotion tomorrow. Isn't? And then what's after Shivratri? Ramnavami. Then you forgot the deal you made with Lord Shiva. Now you go meet up with Lord Ram and Mother Sita. I'll fast for these 8 days, 9 days. I'll come to all of these satsangs. Please make my son get a beautiful wife, devoted, and follow our corrupted system. You understand? And when Ram Navami finishes, what comes next? Hanuman Jayanti. Then you go to Lord Hanuman Baba and you make a similar request. Okay? So I am here to teach you that you need not do all of these things. And I am here to teach you in terms of the spiritual hierarchy, who is who. Okay? So my job is to link you to the president. Cyril Ramaphosa. I'm the guru. I am a representative of the state president. Alright? So if you link to the president, you don't have to worry about the
ministers
and councillors. So most of you here and in the rest of South Africa, wherever you see a councillor, you think he's the president. Okay? You can call a councillor president. He doesn't bother, but he is limited. He is limited. In a municipality, a councillor can only do so much. And most of the time, it takes him a few years to just change your light bulb in your pathway. Alright? So you can worship these councillors for as long as you like, or you can change to Lord Narayan. Because the president, all the 33 million Devis and Devtas are cosmic administrators. They are under the rule of Lord Sriman Narayana. Tomorrow I will read where it is Lord Narayan himself that empowers Mother Durga to be worshipped. It is Lord Narayan himself who empowers Mother Durga to be worshipped. But then again I'm saying, and you all are Indians here, and Indians always want somebody to make a plan for him. If one Indian is introduced to another Indian and it is told that he works for NMI, then that Indian will forget the circumstances of the introduction. He will remember only NMI. And the next sentence, how's it, bro? You can organize and see this for me. Is it not true? It is true, isn't it? So as an Indian, I am telling you, I have a contact with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the highest form of God. I know him. He knows me. He is Lord Sriman Narayana. Come and ask me. Acharya Ji, connect me. Yeah, you can be an opportunist. When it comes to spirituality, you can be an opportunist. You can come and camp outside here for Lord Narayan. You can come with horse and trailers. We'll fill you the grace of Lord Narayan. You can take this horse and trailers full 24 hours a day, because the grace of Lord Narayan is infinite. His grace is infinite. If you come with a tablespoon, then don't say Lord Narayan is not great. You came with the wrong vessel. And if today the pail of your mind is inverted, what is a pail? P-A-I-L.
bucket.
Bucket. So if the bucket in your mind is inverted, Rishi, if the bucket is inverted, in which direction it is? Upside down. And as I'm giving this discourse, if the bucket is upside down, then the grace will never enter. And if you say, I know, anyone here who says, I know, then the bucket itself automatically goes upside down. Because if you know, then the Guru does not know. And if you don't know, then the Guru knows. Then the Guru knows how to fill what you don't know. Make sense? We said this satsang run on logic and common sense. Okay? So I have to conclude. I have to conclude with the Bhagavad Gita reading because Lord Sri Krishna usurped my Bhagavad Gita reading in this Sri Krishna Janma Astami. But before I go there, if we want to know if Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme is an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, where will we find that information?
The scriptures.
Which scriptures?
Bhagavad Gita.
The Upanishad. So there is an Upanishad called the Krishna Upanishad. And in the Krishna Upanishad, it is stated that Lord Sri Krishna is an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Narayan. This is a Vedic injunction. Alright? Then, in that Upanishad, it is also stated that when Lord Narayan appeared in his previous incarnation, which is his previous incarnation? Nadira, Lord Sri Ram, there were many sages, saints and sages who saw him. Who? And they had this sudden inclination to be embraced in a loving relationship with him. They had this desire. And the fulfiller of all desire is Lord Narayan. The fulfiller of all desires is Lord Narayan. So when he incarnated as Lord Sri Krishna, all the saints and sages that had this desire, they were born as gopis. They were born as gopis, so Lord Sri Krishna could fulfill that desire which he made in Treta Yuga in Dwapara Yuga. So this misinterpretation of conjugal love in the Western world is somebody's sick mind. This is a pure relationship. These were saints and sages. And because they desired an embracing relationship, they were given bodies of a gopis. Gopis are male or female bodies?
Female.
Female bodies. So Lord Sri Krishna could have an embracing and a loving relationship with them, would know lust. Remember, Lord Sri Krishna is lust-free and saints and sages are lust-free. So if there's an embracing relationship without lust between male and female, then that relationship is pure love. Pure love. And it is this love, Rishi, that you have been looking for from the day you was born. You thought you'll find it in mom and dad. You never get it. You thought you'll find it in your school friends. You never get it. You thought you'll find it in Bhabi. You never get it. You thought you'll find it in the children. You never get it. You thought you'll find it shining floors. You never get it. Now you're sitting with your Guru. Because this love can only connect itself to Lord Sriman Narayana. This absolute pure love, like the gopis, can only connect itself to Lord Sriman Narayana. And look where it landed you. You see, by wife, children, shining floor business. All you have to come, just come to the Guru. I will connect you to Lord Narayan. You understand? And it is this seeking of love. Paddy Bhai, am I right? We always seeking. You get your wife, 2 months after the wedding, wife is an ordinary piece of the furniture. But when the wife was not there, 2 months before the wedding, Rishi Bhai couldn't sleep. He was burning the floors that he was polishing with the machine, thinking of Bhabhi in one place. Then he looked down, big hole. Now when he's polishing floors, Bhabhi phone him, he don't even answer the phone. And when he goes home, she asked him, Rishi Bhai, I phoned you, machine was on, how can I hear you? Same Rishi Bhai, same Bhabhi. Because this lust can never be fulfilled. Everyone here wants to be a multi-billionaire, isn't it? Once you become a multi-billionaire, then you want something else. Because I've got billionaires as disciples and devotees. They are still not happy. Because there's always something lacking. And that something lacking is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sriman Narayana. If you love him as Lord Ram, fine. If you love him as Lord Krishna, fine. It's the same Lord. Okay? So now I'm just going to read one verse from the Bhagavad Gita and confirm what I have stated about the gopis. Okay? Natasha, what was the last verse? 20? Okay. Verse 22. As a man casts off worn-out garments and puts on others that are new, so does the embodied soul or self cast off its worn-out bodies and enters others that are new. So these saints and saints, they were in the body of saints and sages in Treta Yuga. When they wanted to enjoy, Lord Sri Krishna gave them an opportunity in Dwapara Yuga. And the difference in time, Rishi, between Treta Yuga and Dwapara Yuga is 2 million years. So after 2 million years, Lord Sri Krishna incarnated on this earth, and the same souls that were residing in the bodies of saints and sages now took on female. Dana, don't go and wear your wife's clothes. We're just giving an example here. Alright? Alright. Are there any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Jai Sriman Narayana.
Jai Sriman Narayana.